In this video, I'm going to give you what I think is one of the best strategies to play the current market uncertainty, so you can make small regular profits, say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% every 7 to 10 days. And after that, what I'm going to do is just sort of talk about the market and kind of like what I'm basically seeing and what I think may happen. So if you're interested to watch the video, want to subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. And if you decide to watch a video, why not comment below? Let me know what you think and what you think is going to happen. So let's get on with the video. So before I get on to the video, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Grant. I run this channel. I must stress I'm by no means a trading guru. I'm not going to hear and preach to you. I'm not a guru. I'm not like a market expert. I'm just an average guy. I'm 48 years old and trying to make some extra money in the markets, probably just like you. So I'm a regular guy. I'm not preaching to you. I'm not going to promise I'm going to make you $10 million or anything like that. But what I want to do, I'm more, just think of it more like I'm a guide. So I do a lot of research. I've got my research sort of tools and the people I listen to, and this video is just sharing that research with you. So if you get value from it, you know, that's what this video is all about. So let's get on with the video because of respecting time. So the market is an absolute bloodbath at the moment. Yeah, you know, obviously the trade war at the moment with Trump's tariffs, it's just causing a massive trade war, and that is creating massive market uncertainty. And, you know, the markets are down this morning, and, you know, small, you know, investors are panicking. And then there's other factors as well. You know, there's probably, I think this year is going to be very, you know, there's going to be a lot of volatility right through 2025, which I'll get into. But, you know, I think there's, you know, there's rumblings going to be slow economic growth. I think inflation's going up. And something else that a lot of people aren't really talking about is the war in Ukraine and the war in Middle East. I don't expect, well, certainly not anytime soon. I don't expect the war in Ukraine to be completed. And I think the Middle East war could still erupt at any moment. And if those things happen, wow, that could be, you know, that could have disastrous effects for the market. So all of this is creating uncertainty. That is the big idea. But the thing is how do we kind of play this as basically, you know, armchair investors? Well, the sort of researchers that I listen to, and I do my research, and I've got various sources, but I use a couple of particular people I listen to and get trade ideas from. So basically, you know, if you're just sort of buying stocks and, you know, hoping to make money that way from the stocks going up, then it's going to be a really difficult market environment to do that. Unless you're an elite trader, you're just going to get wiped out because, you know, you've got to be on the charts all day. You've got to be trading, you know, all the peaks and troughs. And at the end of the day, if you've got a regular job or something like that, or if you've just started trading, yeah, it's going to be very hard to make work. But I think the number one way or one of the best ways to play the market's moments is options trading. The reason why I think options trading is good is because, you know, you can profit whether a share price goes up, or you can profit when the share price goes down. An option, if you don't know, not all an option trading is basically you're just buying an options contract. An options contract holds 100 shares in a company, and you just control that. You've basically got the option to either buy or sell those shares within a set period at a set price. That is basically options. But, you know, the way, you know, you can play options is by basically profiting off a premium, because when you buy an option, you're given a premium per share in that options contract. So it could be like $1 a share. So, you know, just say, for example, you want to buy shares on Amazon. I can't remember what the price of Amazon shares are at the moment. Just say Amazon share price is $100 and the premium on that is, say, $10 a share. So that option is worth $1,000. Now, you know, just say if you think Amazon share price is going to go up to 120 and the share price exceeds that, you're going to be in the money. So you're going to be making a profit on the premium. And likewise, you can do it the other way as well. So that is how I think it is one of the best ways to play market uncertainty, because there's so many opportunities to profit, and quite often you can make the most money in market volatility, because obviously share prices are going all over the place, especially in market crashes. In fact, a lot of the sort of the elite people in the world have, or the richest people in the world have made their money on big market crashes, because they've basically bet on share prices collapsing using options or futures. So yeah, that is what I think is the number one way: options trading. It's a little difficult to sort of kind of understand in the beginning, but once you sort of understand it, it's really, really good. Now what I'm going to do is, now I've given you kind of like the strategy, I'm going to give you sort of 5 shares to really watch. You can play with options to trade the markets basically through 2025. I've just got my notes here, so I'm going to sort of read them to you now. So basically, the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, this has been very profitable this year. So basically, this is a fund that tracks the price of Bitcoin, and it tracks the volatility of Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to see loads of volatility through 2025, and yeah, this share and this fund using options has been very, very profitable over the past couple of months, because you can play the market volatility. The next one is Invesco QQQ Trust Series 1. That's going to see a lot of volatility this year, because I mean it's got access to the big 7. The United States Oil Fund, I think there's going to be a lot of fluctuation with oil price at the moment, so that's a good fund to play, especially if the Middle East war kicks off big time. The price of oil is going to potentially explode, so that's one fund to play. The SPDR S&P Home Builders ETF, Home Builders, that's going to be volatile. There's going to be big volatility there in the market conditions. And the iShares 20-year Treasury Bond ETF Trust, TLT. That's another share to keep an eye on that you can play with options. So that is really the strategy. Those are 5 shares you can really look closely at in your own time to play with, start trading options. And basically what you want to do is, you want to be looking for signs when each of these shares is going up in price and then going down. That is really the name of the game. And when you see volatility, if you think the share price is going up, you buy a call option at a certain price. If you think the share price is going down, you buy a put option. And basically, each time you trade, you're not looking to make $1 million or hundreds or thousands of dollars percent. You're just really looking to make small profits over 7 to 10 days that slowly accumulate into a really nice retirement account. So basically, or trading account. And then obviously the bigger your account, the more money you can put on options. And obviously you don't have to buy one option contract per trade. You can buy multiple, but obviously the more options contracts you buy per trade, the higher your risk. So if you lose, you lose more money. So, if you do this, always sort of manage your risk. So what I'm going to do, if you're getting value from this video, let me know below. And also, if you've got any other shares you think are going to do well, comment below. I'll be happy to interact with you in the comments. So what I'm going to sort of finish off is just sort of zooming out and look at kind of like really the big picture of where everything is basically going, so we can really play the markets over the next couple of years. So for me, if we're zooming out and just looking at sort of like the big picture, it is clear to me, and it should be to a lot of people, that AI is the future. AI companies are going to start ruling our life. AI is going to be taking a lot of the jobs, manual jobs. And I think we're moving into a technocratic future. I think there's going to be a lot of facial recognition, all things like that. So betting on the AI companies is not a bad thing, and not just any company. The research I've done, if you're really heavy on AI, you want to be looking at infrastructure, chip makers, AI data centers, the companies that give power to these places, data centers, and AI cooling companies. They are not going to lose unless they're going to win, because the world's richest people are going all in on AI. You've got Musk, who's Mr. AI, so anything to do with AI is probably going to succeed. You've got the big companies going into AI, Amazon, Google. You've got the chip makers, but also there's another industry that it's not really talked about, but I think you're going to hear a lot about it in 2025, and that is quantum computing. Quantum computing AI needs quantum computing, because at the moment there's a cap on what the GPUs can do for the current AI models. But if we want AI to go to the next level, we need quantum computing. So quantum computing companies, i.e. the quantum computing chip makers, are the companies to watch in quantum computing. And you're going to hear a lot about this year. I think later on in the year, quantum computing is going to be as talked about as AI. When quantum computing comes into the fore and gets mixed in with AI, it's going to be like accelerating your car from 65 miles an hour, 65 million miles an hour. The technological breakthroughs across all industries is going to be mind-blowing. So the point of what I'm saying here is you need to look at the big picture. AI is going to become part of our daily lives, it seems, whether we like it or not. And quantum computing is going to be powering AI and so many industries. And I mean, over the next couple of years, our lives are going to change in ways that we can never imagine. So if you're kind of looking really for the next big thing, and zooming out and just sort of ahead of all the market uncertainty at the moment, just look at AI and quantum computing companies, especially the chip makers and the infrastructure companies driving those industries, because that is where the explosive growth is going to happen. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be some unicorn companies like ChatGPT, great services, but they're quite hard to find unless you've got insider knowledge or you're just researching all the time. But the big sort of doozy in all of this is, all of these unicorns that are going to pop up over the next couple of years, they all need infrastructure. They need chips, they need data centers, they need power, they need cooling. That is where the money is going to be made in AI and quantum computing. So that is what I've got for you. What I'm going to say is I use 2 research services for all of my research. So for trading options, for all of my options trading experts, all of my options trades and all of my sort of market research, I follow Larry Benedict's One Ticker Trader. I'll put link down below. He often puts trades out for the shares that I give you. I think he's up sort of, I think his win rate this year is 95%. He's crushing it this year. So if you're interested in trading the markets using options, definitely check out Larry Benedict's One Ticker Trader. You can join now for 80% off. I mean, you can join for just $99, which is a bargain, and that locks your membership in for a year. And for all of but if you're interested in AI and quantum computing and all the tech, I follow Jeff Brown's Near Future Report. I'll put a link to that below. Again, you can join for 60% off. So if AI research and specialized AI stocks, especially infrastructure, is your thing, I'll leave a link to Jeff Brown's Near Future Report below. So that is what I've got for you. Hope you got value from this video. One or like, one or subscribe to the channel. Also, comment below, how are you going to play the market uncertainty? Have you got any shares you're looking at? Let me know your predictions below. And let's help each other profit from the current market uncertainty, because I think there's going to be a lot of money to make in the markets in 2025. Hope you have a great day, safe trading, and I'll speak to you all soon.